Enforcement update, delays, and Primitive Plus support is going out the window. You're right kids, it's Ras Clark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So the community crunch dropped last night, and let's celebrate some good news. The Eggcellent adventure is out now live on all platforms. And I've got a full guide on how to do everything for the event, and I'll leave a link in the description. But it didn't quite come to all platforms in a timely manner. Windows 10. There were issues with the Windows 10 release, and it came eventually after passing certification, dropping on April the 1st, and a little bit later than all other platforms. So the question of course is going to be raised, are Windows 10 going to get an event extension? Probably not. The event is running until April the 13th, which is quite a long time for any event to run. And of course the team have iterations and updates to roll out, and let's face it, event extension is a rare thing, especially when it's only one platform that's been affected. I wouldn't hold your hopes up, so just enjoy the event and make the most of it. There's fantastic rates going on right now, right up to ×7 on particular servers. So go and enjoy it and make the most of it. Small tribes enforcement, it's going down. I covered this in a previous video where the devs are really coming down on small tribe servers. Teaming seems to be rife on these servers, and Wildcard are doing what they can to make sure that it's brought down to the bare minimum or non-existent. And they've pointed out 2 rules which I'm very much for, as I have the same rules on my unofficial cluster. The ice cave on the center, the hard snow cave. Arguably one of the best base locations in ARK. It's a ginormous cave and certainly has 2 natural avenues where you could perhaps have one tribe built one way and one tribe built another way. But you can't split it to team on a server group that doesn't allow teaming. It can't happen. So if you're one of them and you're sharing the center north snow cave, then I would get out pronto before you see your base wiped. And additionally, and I saw a few people backlash at this one, is blocking the underground pathways in Valguero. These of course are the passageways that lead to the aberration zone. And whilst I do get it, they do serve as great spots for base locations, being a narrow corridor. It's the aberration zone. It's an actual zone that has all the aberration bits and bobs that people might want to use if they don't have aberration. I saw a comment from someone excusing it to say, well, why don't they just go to Aberration? Well, they might not own Aberration. Valguero is a free map, and if they want to make use of the engram related stuff that's down there, they need to be able to do that. You can't block it off, so you've got to move. Get out of those underground pathways ASAP before Wildcard come down on you. Quick bit of good news before we get into the bad. There are discounts going down. Spring sale time on Xbox, the ARK base game and the Explorers edition. Big percentages knocked off. So if you don't own the game yet, I'm not sure why you're watching this video, but you've got a hefty discount if you now want to buy the base game. But PlayStation, you've got some serious discounts going on if you don't own Genesis especially. The DLC Season Pass is 65% off, and Genesis alone is 20% off, meaning this is a great time to take advantage of the maps that you might not own and get them at a reduced price. So that's the good. Now onto the bad. Flyer speed changes and the skiff balance. I keep seeing a lot of questions surrounding flyer speed changes. When is it going to come out for console? There's no news yet. As expected, it didn't drop with the Easter update. So fingers crossed it's going to drop with the next major version update. And when is that? It could possibly be at the end of the Easter event, or it possibly might not. The fact is, when the Easter event ends, there may be a server-side update then, so we might possibly see it on April the 13th. And that's a definite minimum. The skiff balance changes were meant to be coming during the Easter event as well. They weren't dropped and they weren't part of the patch notes, which means that's overdue as well. And I'm going to hope we see this at the end of the Easter event, but frankly it could be longer. These big server side changes don't happen that often, maybe once or twice a month. So who knows, it could be a while yet. It's a real shame to see these delayed further, and I just hope we're going to get some news very soon. And dare I mention the PS5 enhancement upgrade? And why is there so much radio silence on all of these changes that we want to see on console? One reason: Genesis Part 2. Yes, it's delayed. Yes, it's almost 2 months away. But it was delayed for a reason. There must be a lot of things going on behind the scenes, stuff that they can't share with us. The question was asked to said, the lead community manager, if we could have any information of Genesis 2 at all, any news, any updates, and there's nothing. Now, that's not to say there isn't stuff. Of course they're working hard on making sure this is the best last official map to ARK. But if you're going to delay this, you've got to drip feed or something. Keep us interested. Keep the people who are perhaps a little frustrated with this delay just a little teaser, a little glimpse at what's to come. Anything at all. So devs, if you're listening, just try your hardest to get something Gen 2 related. I think now's the time to start drip feeding, start building that hype. Even anything obscure that hints at what's to come will at least keep generating that hype, keep people interested and hotly anticipating the last map to ARK. And we've got some bad news. Primitive Plus, the original mod that made its way into the core game, driven by said himself, has received less and less support over the years. And I'm afraid to report it's only going to get worse. It's been addressed that support is pretty limited and will likely be doing so forward. Now, of course, the team need to damage control that situation. They certainly don't want to lose the community that are playing that mode, as there is a huge fan base for it. In fact, Jade plays games who covered ARK so much more in the past. That was his core experience. He was here for Primitive Plus. He loved Primitive Plus. So many people out there love Primitive Plus. So it's a real shame to see it getting less love, less support. And reading between the lines, I'm going to take this as that's it. Primitive Plus, as you see it, that's your gameplay. I don't personally play it, but from what I understand, that there's a few bugs and issues that could do with some support to make sure it's running okay. But there you go. You're getting no events. You're not getting the Easter event. It doesn't sound like you're getting any events moving forward. So if you enjoy Primitive Plus, that's the game that it is. And don't expect anything further. And what do you think about that, Primitive Plus players? Feedback, comment below, let me know. Are you all enjoying the Easter event? Thanks all for watching. My name's Ras Clark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.